Tyson Fury, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, potentially the greatest heavyweight boxer we have ever seen, has called out Francis the Predator Ngannou. Look, as we know, Ngannou last week parted ways with the UFC after extensive negotiation periods. Said he wants to box Tyson Fury. Showed up at one of Tyson Fury's fights. Tyson Fury said, have you got a big Tory? But will the fight ever happen? Did Francis make a mistake? Is he going to get to fight Tyson Fury? Well, guess what? Tyson Fury has called him out. He wants to fight Francis Ngannou, but in 4-ounce gloves, in a cage, and with Mike Tyson refereeing. In fact, hold on a minute. Let's hear from the big man himself.
Now, this is sort of serious, and I know this is a big interview, so I'm going to take it deadly serious. Francis Ngannou, I know you're out of contract with the UFC. You want to earn some big boy money? Come see the Gypsy King, and let's do a big fight for the baddest MF on the planet. And let's kick it up spicy in a cage, 4-ounce gloves, under Queensberry, and let's have a badass referee like Iron Mike Tyson.
All right, so as we know, called him out to boxing, Queensberry rules, in a cage with a big referee like Mike Tyson. But of course, they got to find the commission that will sanction something like this. But the reality is, and I hope this happens, right? I hope for Francis Ngannou, because it will be a huge payday, because take my money already. I hope it happens, okay? But will it happen? Because Tyson Fury loves to wind people up. Tyson Fury is sensational in the ring. He's a sensational hype man. He talks a lot of crap. He sings well after his fights, but he says a lot of stuff that doesn't happen. Let's go through some of them. Previously, he said that he will fight in mixed martial arts, because you might have saw he trained with Nick Diaz and Darren Till kind of recently. Back in 2010, he said he was going to start working out with some mixed martial art fighters in Nottingham, including Dan Hardy and Paul Daly, two old training partners of mine. But he's also retired twice before. But as we know, he's back now. He's fighting. He's just took on Derek Chisora for the third time. Now, beating for the third time as well. The fight we all want to see is him versus Anthony Joshua. No, it's not. It's him versus Alexander Usyk. And he said if the Usyk fight doesn't happen, then of course Francis Ngannou will be on the docket. Now, I hope it happens. What would happen in that fight? I don't know. Listen, we've got to lean towards Tyson Fury. And with the 4-ounce gloves on, with the speed that he has, the experience that he has, the reach, the speed, the technical prowess, the feints that he has, the herky-jerky style, he'll probably box Francis Ngannou up all over the place and make it look ugly. And with the 4-ounce gloves on, it's going to be even worse for Francis. But you never know. You never know. Francis Ngannou hits like a mother effer, okay? So he might connect and he might put him to sleep. Maybe Tyson Fury struggles with the 4-ounce gloves, because when you cover up with the big boxing gloves on, right, it covers up a lot of your face. With 4-ounce gloves on, as you can see, it's leaving a lot of openings here. Francis could connect and maybe Tyson would make a mistake. I don't think he would, okay? But he might just do that. Now, let's have a look at some of the old examples that have happened like this, because crossover fights have happened. Muhammad Ali had one back in the day against Inoki, but one of the earliest that was ever captured on film was reigning heavyweight champion Jack Johnson, who was tapped out in just 34 seconds by grappler Fred Marcuson in 1914. Ronda Rousey's old coach, Judo Gene LaBelle, he beat boxer Milo Savage in what some people consider to be the first world's televised mixed martial arts fight in 1963. Of course, mixed rules fights, that was kind of what founded the Ultimate Fighting Championship way back in the day. At UFC 1, world-class boxer Art Jimmerson, you probably remember this one, stepped in the octagon with one glove on, infamously wearing one glove. And what happened? Well, it's pretty obvious. He couldn't stop a takedown. He was taken down pretty quick, and he was tapped out by the one and only, the legend, Royce Gracie. Now, listen, lots of other examples in the 2000s, Donald Cerrone, Carlos Condit, and Mark Hunt. Great fighters, legendary mixed martial artists, you might say. Well, they all lost to low-level boxers. But Nick Diaz, he's one of the only few that did win. He won his boxing debut on point in 2005. Now, other big men from the UFC, other big heavyweight champions from the UFC have fought boxers. We're talking about Tim Sylvia. He went out and he boxed former WBO heavyweight champion Ray Mercer. And what happened? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. He got knocked out one punch in 2009, and that was in a cage whilst wearing smaller gloves. Now, one mixed martial artist that did do pretty well is KJ Noons. He's perhaps the fighter that went back and forth between mixed martial arts and boxing the most. He went 13-9 in mixed martial arts, also while compiling a record of 11-2 in boxing in the mid-2000s. Now, one of the biggest examples, of course, was back at UFC 118, August 2010, James Toney, former heavyweight champion, one of the best boxers of the 1990s, and only one of 3 men to win the boxing middleweight and heavyweight titles. As we know, if you know the sport of mixed martial arts, he went up against Randy Couture, okay? Tony had literally chased Dana White all over the Las Vegas casinos demanding a fight. And what happened? Well, the fight started. Randy Couture's a smart man. He's not going to engage in a boxing match. What did he do? As soon as he started, level change, went down, ankle pick, put him down on the floor, and then tapped him out merely in a matter of minutes. But this, between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou, this is not going to be a mixed martial arts contest. This is going to be a boxing match. Now, as I say, Tyson says a lot of things that don't necessarily come through. And that's fair enough. The man's having fun. He's allowed to do that. He is a superstar. And he's made, according to him and his father, John Fury, which I agree with, more money than he's ever going to be able to spend. So what will be the motivation? Well, for a man like Tyson Fury, this is fun. This will be something different. And of course, he is the Gypsy King. What are gypsies known for? Bare knuckle boxing. And so he's probably like, do you know what? This will be a homage, a throwback to my gypsy days, my gypsy brethren, the traveling community. I'm going to put the small gloves on and we're going to fight in a cage and I'm going to take out the baddest man on the planet, Francis the Predator Ngannou. So I'm excited. You should be excited. I hope this happens. And I think it will. I think there's a real possibility. Now, the fight we all want to see, Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk, it's not what we want to see. It has to happen, okay? They're the 2 guys at the top, okay? Usyk destroyed Anthony Joshua. It was all about Fury versus Joshua, but now Usyk's put that to bed. Usyk, Tyson Fury has to happen. When that happens, and he also said, if it doesn't happen, then the Francis Ngannou fight will happen. Now, in that fight, I said it before, I'll say it again, I fancy Tyson Fury because he's a boxer, because he's one of the best in the world, because he's got better technique, he's got longer arms, he's got more experience, he's been fighting at the highest level in a form, in a rule set that only has hands his entire life. Whereas Francis Ngannou has been wrestling, he's been kicking, he's been learning jiu-jitsu, takedown defense and all the rest of it. So of course it leans towards Tyson Fury in a massive way. But in terms of spectacles, they don't get any bigger. In terms of 2 men with knockout power, it doesn't get any bigger. In terms of crossovers, this doesn't get any bigger either. You know, Francis Ngannou is in his prime. He is hungry. He's also hanging out with Cristiano Ronaldo over in Dubai. The man's living the life. He's a massive celebrity, as is Tyson Fury. Put him in a cage, put him in a ring, put him in boxing gloves, 4-ounce gloves, put him in bare knuckles. I don't care. I want to see them go at it. I want to see him throw down and see who is the best. It'll be Tyson Fury. But still, for Francis Ngannou, I hope it comes off for him because he'll probably make an absolute boatload of money. What do you think? What do you think happens? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, ring the bell. Take care. All the best.